What is up, guys? It is Rip City Rundown, and today I'm going to be talking about the new rumors that have been circulating about Zach LaVine and the Portland Trail Blazers. So just a couple days ago, Brian Windhorst reported that Zach LaVine is rumored to be one of the Trailblazers' potential trade targets this offseason. Obviously, the Blazers are going to be in a ton more trade rumors this offseason, given the cap space they have and just the plan they have. Over the trade deadline, they obviously traded away all their role players and players that complement Damian Lillard, such as C.J. McCollum, Norman Powell, and Robert Covington, in hopes to have more flexibility this summer and hopefully to bring in a star or a player that has all-star potential, a la Zach LaVine. Some names that we've been hearing with the Trailblazers over the past couple months are obviously Ben Simmons before he went to the Nets, and then also Jeremy Grant is a guy that we have seen rumored with the Blazers constantly over the last couple months. But this is a new name in Zach LaVine, and I'm going to tell you why I like it, why I don't like it, and if I think it's a realistic rumor. So obviously Zach LaVine is 27 years old and he's entering unrestricted free agency. So this would be something we get either through sign and trade or just through paying him a ton of money where the Bulls don't match. When it comes to how Zach LaVine is approaching this free agency period, he says, "I plan to enjoy free agency. We're going to have an experience A through Z without making any fast decisions. I think that's something me and agent Rich Paul are going to go through and experience." So, like I said earlier, it'll probably be through trade or sign and trade or just through straight up signing. So, right now, the price tag for Zach LaVine would probably be a huge price. The Bulls can put up to $212 million over 5 years for LaVine, while any other team can offer him $157 million. And that right there is why I hesitate to say, yeah, let's bring in Zach LaVine. The money involved would be huge. I know Zach LaVine is younger than C.J. McCollum and 27, but he's a similar player to C.J. McCollum. More offensively gifted, doesn't bring a ton defensively, and like I said, really hangs his hat on the offensive side of the ball and can go get you buckets. But $157 million for Zach LaVine is similar to what C.J. McCollum had, and we just traded C.J. McCollum to have flexibility and to go get players that would complement Damian Lillard a lot better. Because obviously the two-guard, undersized backcourt that doesn't play that much defense hasn't worked over the last 7 years. And if we do sign Zach LaVine, it probably means Simons and Nurkic are most likely out the door. Given the fact that Simons is probably going to be asking for somewhere around $20 million, and then I would think Nurk would want around like $15 to $20 million. I would hover more around the 15 range, but still, he could want more. And if we trade for Zach LaVine or sign Zach LaVine, that cap space is all but gone. So how do these rumors come about? It's through a couple connections between LaVine and the Blazers. LaVine's agent, like I said, is Rich Paul, and he also represents Jusuf Nurkic. And the Clutch Sports Group, which is the group that Paul represents in the agency that Rich Paul founded, does represent Chauncey Billups as well. And then also LaVine played with Lillard at the 2021 Olympics, similar to kind of how like Jeremy Grant did, and Draymond Green, who we did see rumors about in the past. These players that are rumored to be going to the Blazers, a lot of them come from that Team USA team, most likely because of just the time they spent together, and Damian Lillard just talking to them, saying, maybe come to Portland, I would love to have you in Portland, conversations like that. So, in conclusion, I don't think this is something that's going to happen. It just doesn't seem like something that's a good fit. Joe Cronin just signed a 4-year extension and is now the permanent GM. So he probably thinks he has a little more security. So maybe he does pull off a kind of shocking move like this. But I just don't see the Blazers signing someone to this much money and committing this much money to somebody unless it is a wing or a big. I don't see a guard because I think they know they have a future guard, possibly a future star guard, all-star guard in Anthony Simons. So I think the more realistic options are still the Jeremy Grants of the world, even the Miles Bridges, guys more that tier, that is not quite made an all-star game yet, but kind of young enough. Or Jeremy Grant did make an all-star game, but he's not, you don't think of him as an all-star player. But someone that's more on that tier right below. Because I don't think that we want to break the bank for a guy that's probably not going to push us over the top. Because unless we get a top 5, top 10 player in the NBA, we're not going to be the favorites to win the NBA championship. So I don't think these Zach LaVine rumors you should think too much about. I don't see him in a Blazer uniform next year. I still think he goes back to the Bulls, but you never know. And the fact that we are rumored to players of this caliber just prove that the Blazers are going to be making moves this offseason. And that's starting with the draft lottery, which is May 17th, coming in just 5 days. So make sure to be on the lookout for more videos that have to do with the draft lottery. And this is the big moment of the Blazers offseason. If we can get a big pick, we can maybe use that pick in a trade or draft possibly a future franchise player for the team. So make sure to subscribe for that and more Blazer content as the offseason is just getting ready to get started. We'll also post more NBA content around the playoffs, maybe stream some games and stuff like that. So I hope you guys subscribe so you don't miss any of that. Make sure to like, comment how you think Zach LaVine would fit on the Blazers and if we should pull the trigger on a signing or trade like this. That'll be it, guys. Peace.